Welcome back to the World Championship Series Europe Premier League as we now move into our final series of the night. And it's going to be between BabyKnight and Lilbow, of all people, to make it through to the final round.
I don't think anybody was expecting 4GG to go out in last place today. A lot of words have been switched and pushed, and they're on Twitter. Go find them. It's been quite an interesting couple of moments here, but whatever the case, Lilbow beat 4GG 2-0 and finds himself just one series away from being a debut player in Premier League to going straight to the round of 16. But he is going up against a veteran here, a four-time Premier League champion, and the likes of BabyKnight, who's taken down massive names in Protoss versus Protoss. Liquid Hero, Naniwa, Grubby in tournaments as of recent.
Yes, indeed. Well, let's get right into this one as Mr. BabyKnight having a little shout out to Todd there in the chat as we have him spawning down to the south as our Millennium Protoss. It is BabyKnight, and up to the north as our blue Protoss, it is XMG Lilbow.
And these Protoss players seem to be celebrating over the death of a Terran player.
Seems so.
As they exchange hearts in game.
It's quite ritualistic. They're like,
is. Good job, mate.
We've vanquished the Terran. It's time to battle for supremacy between
good
ourselves.
Look, have fun. We can flip a coin. Doesn't matter. Terran is dead. Da 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 da.
They're just dancing on the corpse, unfortunately. For them, well, now this, I don't know which way this goes because I don't know how strong Lilbow's PvP is. Do you have any insight into this or no? Okay, well we're learning together.
I think I'm not sure if he was preparing at all for any PvPs and will probably just use what he knows best. He came in preparing mostly for Zerg, and funny that because he beat the Terran.
Yeah.
He prepared for the Zerg, he lost to the Zerg, he beat the Terran, and now he must face off against another Protoss player.
And it's one that's very strong in PvP.
Yeah.
You already mentioned it, his list of results, and I think Lilbow goes into this undoubtedly, once again, the underdog, but we've already seen today how that can work out.
Yeah. And he's achieved a big result here today. I spoke to him earlier and I said, you know, this is a big day for you, man. This is your biggest tournament. He's competed in French tournaments alone, and that is it, really. And now he's on the biggest stage that Europe has to offer in the Premier League here. And he's done all right for himself so far. So both players have opened up with double gases here, just a little bit differently timed. As we see Lilbow taking the gases earlier, not yet fully mining from them, though. Whereas BabyKnight took his second gas a little bit later. And they are virtually mining pretty much the same gas, as BabyKnight has a little bit bigger of a gas income, with mining more efficiently from the gases at first, but it is very similar. But with the extra minerals that Lilbow has, he's got the second gateway coming in.
Yeah, and he had his cybernetics core a bit quicker as well in terms of the timing things out. So he's looking to just go for triple low Stalker from Lilbow.
Yeah, it could be triple Stalker, could be Stalker double Sentry, could be one Stalker, then no units at all into a single tech. A couple of branches to way to play this out. Of course, some of them involving mind games. But BabyKnight goes in, sees double gas, double gateway, knows that there's going to be most likely some form of tech behind this, but not sure which one it is. Whereas he, inside his main base, is going to throw his down very shortly, I would imagine. Actually cancels the Mothership Core. Crazy.
Who? Sorry? Was it BabyKnight?
He cancelled his Mothership Core.
Wow, okay. So I guess he really wanted that Stargate down fast because he had 100 and some gas once that Mothership Core was cancelled and then couldn't wait any longer. So this is very, very quick to that. Very quick.
Yeah, a few seconds faster there, and that was interesting. And with this, I'm not too sure. He could be building the Phoenix to expect an Oracle, but I'm expecting to see an Oracle.
Yeah.
Off a 2-gate like this, it is going to be the double Sentry,
and
it is going to be the expansion-based play, and there is a pylon and a probe to scout on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I'm expecting the extra 2 gateways to come down from here from BabyKnight and really get really aggressive, because why would you have that pylon down otherwise, you know? There's one gateway, and where's the second one? Oh, okay, sitting around and waiting for it. So that's cool from BabyKnight.
Oh, Phoenix. It's actually straight to Phoenix. It's not Oracle. Straight to Phoenix here against this double gateway.
He might use these Phoenix aggressively with the 3 gates and just pick up as many units as he possibly can do.
With Phoenixes in this position, once he finds out what he is actually playing against here, can use this in multiple different ways. He can try to be aggressive and pick up units, or he can try to just pick off ground units and probes and expand himself.
Yeah.
But his expansion's so late here.
And you've always got to be careful in PvP because those Phoenix, if you have opened up sentries like Lilbow has, they absolutely shred sentries up very quickly. So you've got to protect those little guys as well as your mothership core, actually.
Right. It's more Phoenix production, and he's moving across the map with his units. He's going to be aggressive.
Yeah.
There is a probe and a pylon nicely from Lilbow that can counterattack, but there is the mothership core, which hasn't used any energy yet, and will have a photon overcharge on the natural, and there's a mortal being built. These Phoenixes are going to be crucial in picking up the right units. They need to isolate away the Immortal from the actual fight.
And, well, he could have actually turned around there and denied the hallucination from getting good information, but after seeing a probe there, he has to
almost lost the
anticipate.
Phoenix as well. That's crazy. This
is, well, I was going to see how this is going to go. He doesn't have any sentries himself, so he can't isolate these units off and try and barrage the Nexus, as you would normally do on this map.
I think he's going to hold.
Yeah. Oh.
It's going to be hard, but I think he's going to hold here. The Phoenix's count is still on climbing. That's still a lot of lifts that they're going to have.
Yeah, they need to lift the Immortal. The Immortal is a big...
needs to target down the Phoenixes. It's so important to get rid of these, because they're going to offer a lot of lifts over time.
But also, Lilbow is doing this well. He's separating his Stalkers up, making sure that he doesn't take too much damage to these Phoenix. And, well, he tried to bring back that Phoenix once again. He's focusing down the weakened one, which is very, very clever and smart of him.
Second Immortal out now. And Lilbow knows he just has to defend. He's got a probe on the natural, so he just has to defend.
Against this army, unless he's able to pick up these Immortals and really isolate them off properly, you need sentries.
He's got to survive 15 energy. He has another photon overcharge then.
And sentries will deny this from
10.
Lilbow.
10 energy.
He gets that Phoenix as well.
And he's going to have another photon overcharge. Sick.
You can't break this location without sentries most of the time.
3. It goes down.
Okay, so now he starts picking up these Immortals. This is the big pivotal moment, but he could focus these down with Stalkers. He's actually going to use Stalkers to kill off the ones at the front as well. He just didn't have the ground army capable of dealing with this.
And this is a hold, as mentioned. This is... I thought he was going to hold this.
Yeah.
And this is not good. This is not good for BabyKnight right now. Lilbow, the little underdog in this series, is finding himself in a very good position.
Picks up one of the sentries that did have energy to force field and also gets the Immortal as well. Keeps these Phoenix alive, but behind this he doesn't really have much transition.
Yeah, he's switching over to probe kills, so it seems to be an expansion from this, but this is a very, very powerful position that Lilbow's found himself in.
Certainly is.
Just needs to increase and keep that probe count. It's not difficult for BabyKnight to come back from this, though. He is at a little disadvantage, but if his Phoenixes do the work on the probe count and keep that low, and he's able to just continue to build his own. Because if you look at the difference between them, 26-27.
Yeah, and without a mothership core out for Lilbow at all, he still has the opportunity to, keep his opponent...
Oh, nice control, BabyKnight.
Yeah, gets himself a sentry. He has the opportunity to keep his opponent contained. Lilbow can't move out into the middle of the map without having his defense in all of his mineral lines.
Yeah,
so.
And with both the Immortals gone, he's lost that count too. So Phoenixes just need to keep the probe count low, because it's starting to escape now already. 6 probe difference.
Yeah.
Because he's got the faster Nexus, he needs to try to keep them low. But it's very hard with so many Stalkers around.
It was always going to be difficult to break that location. Again, I actually also prefer a style of trying to break this Nexus earlier on, but I use Immortals to actually kill it off, and it's normally very strong. Phoenix is harder to make work. It's more opportunistic to the transition, though, I guess.
With Blink coming in here, I wonder if he tries to play, throw down a couple more gateways and tries to go for an attack himself. That in itself is risky, simply because his opponent will have Photon Overcharge and Immortals out himself. So, but that's the way he's aiming currently. Chrono Boost into the Blink. He's not adding the... Okay, so he's still not add the gases, so that changes things.
Gets himself a Phoenix. That's a nice trade-off for 1 probe alone. How many workers have we lost? He's lost 8 during all of this, and
But still 9 difference. That's really big.
He somehow has to catch up, somehow, some way. There is a little bit of a mineral bank up here for Lilbow that's he could be spending better.
Gateways?
It should be, I think, more so than not.
Yeah, gateways. So it looks like he's going to go for an attack. And I thought this might be the case here, because he would have thrown down a Forge at least faster, right? To try to upgrade for the later game. Would have started Immortal production again. But he's going up to 5 gateways. He may even decide to throw down a couple more, 2 more gateways or so, and go for this. And there's definitely a good chance that he does well in this fight too. If he catches a couple of Phoenixes, there's no doubt he'll go. Especially now Blink is almost done.
Yeah, I wonder, does he know about Blink? Oh yeah, he knew about the Twilight Council at the back, and he should have known about that in the end as well. A slight lag there for a second.
Yeah, it seems like he's overbuilding probes a little bit here, but he's going to lose some, right? If the Stalkers move out, the Phoenixes move in. So he's going to lose a couple. but he's got he needs to bring a probe across, though. That's the only thing he doesn't really have. But he's going to go for this. There's 2 Immortals. There's a lot of Force Fields and Photon Overcharge.
Well, there's that panel on the left-hand side that you can warp in on as well.
Yeah, not close, though.
Yeah,
but BabyKnight knows this is coming. He knows this attack is coming.
Sentries are going to have to do so much work to actually hold this off.
3 Immortals, Guardian Shield important, Force Field important, Photon Overcharge super important.
Oh, Blink straight up onto the high ground here. Photon Overcharge gets activated, but he's going to lose a gateway and then gets out. That's a lot of firepower that we're seeing here from Lilbow. And he doesn't have Blink on defensive cooldown yet, so he can't push in.
5 more Stalkers incoming. He's given up his probe line.
That's so many Stalkers. Oh, he has to blink straight on forwards on top of these Immortals, and he's going to kill off 2 in quick succession. Once that 3rd one goes down, he still has 16 Stalkers here, but he has to absolutely control this perfectly because still that 1 Immortal at the back did not die. The Phoenix coming back here. This could have given BabyKnight a chance to get back in.
Jump forward. He might jump forward on this.
I think he has to.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the Phoenix is still doing a good job. The Sentry's really not doing a whole lot. He's trading off blow for blow. Lilbow eventually will pull himself back forwards because the Stalker numbers were so overwhelming. Jumps right on into the main, I guess.
This is pretty good. Really good position for Lilbow. He's coming for the kill. There's another Immortal that's come out, and BabyKnight trying to survive. He's already lost a lot of units, and he lost a lot of Phoenixes, so they're not going to harass anymore. So it's just Stalkers versus Immortals. Second one trying to get out once again here. There's no Photon Overcharge anymore. This is getting hard for BabyKnight to hold on.
It's all on the Immortal shoulders. Can they hold on is the big question, as Lilbow now has defensive blink, can happily trade away this, but a few of these Stalkers do get picked up. He needs to blink micro under these pickups, and it's a bit hard to really control that fully. Lilbow just gets on out of there. He's buying time for the Immortals here, Sean. He's buying time. That's only Zealots.
He gets a lot of Immortals, and he's starting to climb into this one again, Claris.
Yeah, he is.
His 3 Immortals.
1 Immortal's isolated here, though. He's going to get a few volleys off. Good micro, though.
Nice pickup again there. And BabyKnight's turning this around.
Yeah,
the economy is very similar right now, but the tech clearly in favor, and Lilbow may have missed his chance.
He may have. I mean, the blink forwards to try and kill off the Immortals, it was an all right idea, but you lose so much when you're sat on top of the rest of the army. And now, I mean, I don't think he can break this at all anymore. He has to keep dancing around. It's difficult. I think what he could have tried to do was maybe have some sentries warp in with this and blink up into the main and then seal things off and get the Nexus, but that was a long time ago.
Well, here comes the Desperation Forge in the Immortal production. He knows this isn't going to work. And BabyKnight, what a hold. What a game to be able to stabilize on. After how this has gone down, of how far behind he was. There's a 3rd base that's been built for Lilbow while containing his opponent, but BabyKnight's found a couple of Zealots to warp in. Great crown of warp in there. Yeah, very nicely done. Blocking that off, and now those Zealots have to get right on out of there. They may go over to the 3rd, though, and find it, which would be nice for them. But Lilbow's well on top of that. He's going to chase that down and be okay. Yep, but this could be a position where BabyKnight either attacks himself here or starts to add on forges himself. Actually, throws down a forge here, so looks like he's just gonna. Well, actually, if he spots his 3rd,
he could go. He could go.
Yeah, he definitely can.
Because he knows where his opponent's blink stalkers are right now, which are all the way at the back of this base. So there's no threat of a counter attack or a counter blink or something like that. So walking across here with the Mortals, it would normally be a pain, but it's easy because he knows where his opponent's army is.
Yeah, he's not looking to just outright go. If he can kill, then he will. But of course, he's got the Robox Bay Forge. He's got some extra part of this game. But he finds a 3rd, and now this might change his plan. He warps in 2 Zealots immediately on the right-hand side, and now I feel that he will because he knows his opponent only has a few units. He's got a lot of force fields to protect him, and a lot of Immortals is 5.
If Lilbow had had this charge started a little bit earlier, this could have gone fantastically for him. But he now needs to get right on top of this army with those Zealots, which don't allow him to. He force fields this off. He doesn't have recall because there's no Mothership Core here. Has to throw down even more force fields, and we'll seal all of that off. This is a good engagement so far by BabyKnight.
Yeah, and more units coming in too.
Needs more force fields, though, because those Zealots are about to flood in. And he still does have no recall, and there go the Zealots. Now they're going to start going to work, going to town. Zealots come in from BabyKnight here, but still, there's so many Zealots left over here for Lilbow.
Yeah, this is pretty good from Lilbow. He's been able to hold on quite well. Look at this.
Yeah, it's just
and
overwhelming
now these Stalkers
numbers.
can chase down these Immortals.
Absolutely great engagement here from Lilbow in the end, who saves his third base, kills all of this off, and the committal to this amount of Zealots was absolutely the right choice here, considering what BabyKnight had.
And now BabyKnight's questioning his movement out, seeing that third base. He definitely wanted to try and stop his opponent from taking that, and now he questions it because he's lost everything. And he can't use his Forge, he can't use his Colossus. He's got 0 units right now. He's only got these Phoenixes.
Yeah, there you go, GG. That could have gone even worse, because Lilbow did have the resources to commit to charge even earlier, but was a little bit delayed on it. And imagine how that would have gone if charge had been there.
Do you think that the mistake from BabyKnight was either not attack at all, or at least have the Mothership Core with him?
I think the mistake was at the very beginning with how he was playing out that opener.
But against that attack, when you see the third base, when you see that third base, what do you think?
Having the Mothership Core there and force fielding off and then focusing down the Nexus and getting out is the far better option than just to say. I mean, where was the Mothership Core, right? Where was it?
At home. I think he rebuilt it. It died, he rebuilt it, but didn't have it with him.
Oh, well. But yeah, no recall. Burp. That didn't go so well.
All right, so Yonsu's the next map here, but now we have Lilbow, who's defeated 4GG 2 games to 0, is currently leading versus BabyKnight 1 game to 0, and is 1 map away from actually going into the to the top 16.
That was a tough spot to be in. Lilbow is doing it. Lilbow is actually doing this. And very few people gave him even an ounce of interest when it came to advancing on. Yeah. But he's 1 game away. 1 game away from our first big major upset. Of course, 4GG going out and Naniwa going out before. Okay, these were pretty big upsets, never mind. 3rd major upset in 3 groups here in WCS Europe.
I mean, maybe after if he beats BabyKnight, he changes his name to Round of 16 Bow or Big Bow or
Big Bow. Big Bow.
This is quite impressive, really, to be able to make his way through this, considering that he is, as mentioned, a completely new face to the Premier League. He's his debut. He's 18 years old, from France. There's a lot of people out there watching these games be like, who is Lilbow again? The player, he's a French Protoss player playing for Team XMG, and he's 1 map away from 2-0 4GG, 2-0 BabyKnight.
Crazy results here so far, but BabyKnight could still quite happily tie things up. I think BabyKnight retreats onto Yonsu and says, all right, bit more stable of an opener. That Phoenix play was kind of risky, kind of ballsy. And again, trying to break a Nexus like that on that map when you don't have sentries to force field off the position in between the Nexus and the cliff is very, very hard. Even if you have Phoenix to isolate things.
Well, Yonsu, what do you think we could see? Blink?
Could see a Dark Shrine from Lilbow.
It's just 1 game, man.
Yeah.
Just 1 game.
Exactly.
1 game.
He's 1 game away from round of 16 here in the studio.
I can imagine himself just repeating it over to himself. He's like, got his head, so he's like, just 1 game. Just 1 game.
Do nerves get to him?
Just win this one. Just 1. No, I don't think so.
No?
He's not expected to win, so...
That's true. He's got there's no expectations on him.
There's nothing to lose today. It's just like, all right, you lose last place, expected. You beat 4GG, sick. you go on Twitter and you say, get Protossed. And then you beat BabyKnight, congratulations.
All right, let's head into game number 2 and find out if Lilbow is going to advance on or if this guy can tie it up 1-1. Spawning down to the bottom left-hand corner, we have our red Protoss representing Millennium. It's BabyKnight. And, and spawning up to the top right-hand corner.
Just 1 game.
It's just 1 game, man.
It's just 1 game.
For this guy. Spawning up to the top right-hand corner, we have XMG Lilbow.
It's just 1 game. He's still saying it to himself. Just 1 game.
I feel this is Todd's influence.
Just 1 game, man. Just 1 game.
All right.
BabyKnight did scout in the last map.
Did he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lilbow didn't.
Well, he's not going to need a scout.
Imagine if he's just the only thing he's repeating right now is just 1 game.
Just 1 game, man.
Just 1 game.
I am Lilbow.
I'm Lilbow.
Slayer of 4GG.
He's like, my name be Lilbow. People be calling me Big Bow after this.
What if we get him on like the Skype call and that's how he talks and we're like, whoa, he really is a gangster.
With a bit of a French accent.
Yeah. Be like, that's so impressive. All right. 1 gateway.
Yeah,
he can go home.
It's going to be like, so you'll build the assimilator in 7X called back at home.
But this is annoying. This is annoying to deal with because this technically, yes, I mean, it has to do damage because you've got your gateway and pylon all the way over there, and if it doesn't do damage, then you're like, all my stuff's in the way. But there are capabilities that if you do some damage, you can still transition out of it.
Yeah. BabyKnight scouts for Cannon Rush, and if there was a gateway to the top left of his base, but that's it.
Yeah.
Is this going to work, Claris? Is this how Lilbow goes to the round of 16? Lilbow.
Not yet.
Lilbow's such a funny name. I'm just so fascinated on it. It's like you could see on Spotify, you're looking through tracks, and you're like, Lil Wayne feat Snoop Dogg, Little Bo.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
You know, you're like, oh.
We have
all right,
to
here's
ask
the probe scout.
If he wins, we have to ask him.
Oh, he's checking.
Oh, he is? Oh, sick.
He's checking. At least he gets a bit of a heads up to this.
Yeah, he's going to have a 1 zealot advantage at least, though.
Yeah, he sees it straight away. This is a big scout there for BabyKnight, which means he won't overcommit to gas here. He'll build a zealot. Sometimes you skip that. Sometimes you add the second gateway too early. At least he got the heads up now. And now it's going to come down to micro a little bit. But this is pretty good for BabyKnight to see this so fast.
Yep, there's the 3 pylons all backing one another up as well here. So BabyKnight, even if he lost one of those to this poke, then everything would still be powered. So very important to keep that in mind.
Yeah, so it's 3 zealots and stalkers chrono boosted after this. Mothership Core's on its way. First zealot's almost out.
Nice. Wait, and he's making a 3rd zealot?
Yeah, 3 zealots and stalkers. Chrono boost, chrono boost, chrono boost.
All right, well, eventually, with that Mothership Core popping out, then these zealots are going to do very little.
And another stalker from BabyKnight, remember? And he's got his warp gate research being built immediately.
BabyKnight can control this well. It loses 1 probe, but there's the Mothership Core now, and it really puts a timer on these zealots. They have to do something, but they can't.
Stalker's out faster for BabyKnight here. And BabyKnight just needs to show off his good control like he always has done to be able to eliminate this. And there's 1 down, 2 down. Oh, no, wait. That was the other one.
Yeah, that was BabyKnight zealot. It got stuck in...
Doesn't want to lose too many probes. Nice.
Pulls away. Very, very good control. And, whoa! Oh, okay, so he loses 2 probes so far,
but this is a win. This is a win.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got a Stalker, Mothership Core, and second Stalker before the second Stalker's ready. He's got the Mothership Core advantage here.
Yeah. He has a massive advantage in general now. I mean, there's going to be another Stalker running away, but then these buildings will end up dying. And
there is a time warp here available too. But the probe difference, 2 in favor of BabyKnight, but this gateway on the other side is a pain.
It's the pylon that's the biggest annoyance. Like, if you get like slightly supply blocked there... Well, actually, no, it's not the pylon that's bigger. I mean, losing a gateway is pretty annoying as well.
This is a straight-out 4 gate behind this off 1 gas, right? So there's definitely still an option. If BabyKnight messes up, it's got to be careful.
Yes, he does. And unfortunately, that Stalker at the back can't actually control.
Oh, that's nice. That's really good. Look at that. Runs around. He's like,
perfect.
You guys are not getting away from this.
Nice blocks. So this 1 Stalker doesn't even die.
And BabyKnight has a probe inside his main base here.
Sick. All right, this might end pretty quickly from here.
And he kind of knows what's going on, per se, at this point. Got the Robo, super detection in case there is anything weird, immortals for safety precautions. There is still the pylon and there's still the 4 gateways, so there is no Mothership Core from Lilbow, so he kind of has to use these units defensively, unfortunately, rather than use that pylon, which is over the other side.
And he's finally found that pylon, but, well, there is another one behind this.
Well, there's 3 Stalkers about to be warped in for BabyKnight.
He actually just caught 2 Stalkers. Okay, so it's not really going to matter too much, as he just warps in a few more on the high ground as well. And if he brings the Mothership Core along with this, this is too much for Lilbow to deal with.
Yeah, 3 Zealots is nice, but then again, BabyKnight can build 3 Zealots of his own in a second.
Yeah, good control.
Mothership Core.
Needs to bring that back, actually, otherwise that's going to die to these 2 Stalkers. And it's going to die. That's an unnecessary loss there for BabyKnight, but he has Zealots of his own on the way, and he's trying to kill his pylon off desperately.
Yeah, and the Stalker shields are back up, so...
Yeah. So he can continue to micro this out. There was still no Mothership Core for Lilbow. He just didn't have the gas to really do that. Which is a shame for him, because Photon Overcharge would have been extremely useful.
Nice micro from Lilbow.
Yeah. And, well, Stalkers die, and then there's 2 Zealots left chasing these Stalkers, and it's now 2 Stalkers and 2 Zealots versus 2 Stalkers.
I remember at all points there's the Robo to use at home too if we see that BabyKnight needs to move away from this fight.
Good micro.
Yeah, I mean, this is going toe-to-toe because they're both kind of on the same economy, both on 3 gateways, but with this pylon going down, that would obviously put him back onto 1 gateway, so that's a pretty big pylon which BabyKnight was chipping away on.
Yeah, that one is very important. You're right. He's actually going to push this away for... No, he's not. Never mind. I thought he was warping in Zealots there for a second, but anyway. Stalker's just
BabyKnight's going to win through. He's just about going to edge out this out. As you can see, his control's been pretty good too. And now it's like 4 Stalkers versus 2 Zealots there. And it is a slow death.
It's a slugfest, man.
It is a slugfest because they're so similar on warp-ins all the time, and they're kind of trading quite evenly.
Yeah.
And here comes an observer for the hell of it, just come to watch the fight, really.
I mean, Resources lost is, very, very evident as to how good both
It
players'
is nice
micro's
control.
been.
I mean, they're both controlling really, really well. It's
Yeah.
this is nice to watch.
It's a slobber knocker, if you want to use a WWE term.
BabyKnight's like, God damn it, I can't kill you with this. And actually just goes ahead and builds a Twilight Council. This can be Blink if he wants to kill him with Blink. It can be DTs if he knows his opponent is on just this.
Yeah. And he actually pushes him away. Lilbow.
Yeah, he did
held
well for
on
himself. He did very well for himself there in these fights. Very well.
I think the one big thing was that he had one extra gateway's worth of production, right? But still very good hold. BabyKnight could have quite easily capitalized off that. He did lose a few stalkers at the very beginning. That really helped out Lilbow, though.
And BabyKnight's going to have to run home. He'll have to use the Mothership Core to help out here. But it is, as you say, 4 gateways versus 3 currently. Similar economies, similar unit count, but he is edging through right now. He cannot lose that Mothership Core.
Yeah.
But there's 3 stalkers. They're caught. They can't get home.
They're completely isolated. He's going to get the
overcharge. Okay,
oh,
gets for an overcharge at least.
That scared me.
And now he's going to come in with 3 stalkers to help from behind. Warps in obviously more of his own.
4 Zealots help out quite considerably as well. Lilbow doesn't really have that much gas income, though. He's just only still operating on 1 gas.
Can't believe this.
So he can never really have the stalker count that his opponent has, and then if he kills off all of his opponent's stalkers, then he runs around in circles and never gets hit by a Zealot. Unless that happens. Ouch.
Gosh, it's so nail-biting. Close Blink starts. If he gets to Blink, then that's it,
yeah.
But good God.
I think now, though, he just doesn't have the stalker count.
And he's got high ground vision too, remember,
Yeah.
but the Zealots are just going to be like, whatever, man.
It's getting to that point where he just keeps microing back, He's supply blocked, though. It's BabyKnight there for a second. Throwing down another pylon. What's this? Oh, it's the Observe. Never mind.
God damn it, this is...
Just kill the stalkers!
Yeah, but the 2 Zealots, great warp in there from BabyKnight. I was about to say the 2 Zealots could get to the probe line, but the 3 stalkers on the left-hand side are going to do it instead. That's to kind of boost more probes out.
Look how low these 3 stalkers are.
Yeah.
They're so low, but they keep going. They just keep going.
And Lilbow says, no, Blink! No!
Don't get it. Stop.
And obviously, if Blink completes, we know how good Blink's is going to be in this game.
Yep.
And great micro game from BabyKnight. Look at all these low health
enough.
units. Yeah, he's like, that's enough, bro. Peace.
Yeah. Get out of my game.
Yeah, so close to finishing now, Blink. It is just 30 seconds away with Chrono Boost.
And he certainly is Chrono boosting it. The Zealot's going to actually move in here. And because he has the higher Zealot count, he has to kill those off very quick.
Oh, the step
He's on
forward
top
then.
of him. Yeah.
Blink is so close. Another good warp in there from BabyKnight.
Get Blink. Get Blink. Well, the Zealots versus Stalkers on either side here. So this is only ever going in favor of BabyKnight.
Okay.
So he's done it. He's fine. It's over. Blink's done.
Oh, Blink is done. It's my favorite upgrade.
No, I don't think so.
It's over, Claris. Blink is now finally researched. He can micro back much easier now against this. Finally. That was difficult for BabyKnight.
Yeah.
He just needs to keep making units, keep microing units. He's getting an Immortal now. Great surround with the Stalkers. They can just get in, take the fight to the Stalkers.
This is actually closer than I expected it to be with Blink finished, but still, yeah, he blinks forwards, kills off everything, and pushes him away. He actually killed, he evened up the probe count. This could, there you go, GG.
Finished. Blink finished. Whew. That was pretty stressful there. That was kind of close. And BabyKnight was like, all right, time to go kill you, but no. And he had to wait a little bit there, but whew.
Dancing. There you go. 1-1.
1-1, yeah, tied up now. So we will go to game number 3.
It's been a weird day, Sean. It's been a weird day.
It has. It's been a long one. It's been a weird one.
It's been a weird one. It's been a long one, but it's been a fun one.
It's been a good day. Group C, bringing all the actions.
We were looking forward to it, and now we know why. Because it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
So go to the last map. Heavy Rain. Good. Whew. Heavy Rain here is such a map to end it on. It's, you got the standard Blink play here. There's people that like to proxy stuff, whether it be the Stargate up close or DTs. It's going to go to the bitter end here, and we will find out which player will join Vortex into the round of 16 within the hour now, I suppose, in the next 20 minutes. But that was pretty awesome. Micro both sides was pretty awesome. Yeah.
It gets to the point now where, once again, I'm sat here and I'm like, I can't call this.
Yeah?
Because of how crazy things have been today. So, your micro was awesome, people are saying in chat.
Lilbow goes into this next game, he's like, just one more game.
Just one more game.
Just one more game. It's a great scout there from BabyKnight, though, to see that early.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think Lilbow had to do that. I think he could have sat back and tried to play out good because he played out the first game really nicely.
Yeah, he had a game advantage, though. And looks like Lilbow just disconnected, so we'll have to just hold on for a second here. So thanks for joining, of course, and watching WCS in Europe. We'll be live again on Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday next week. 3 days again. I know a lot of people were surprised with the broadcast being on today.
Yeah.
But we will be doing 2 weeks of 3 days with Saturday, and then the last week will be just a Tuesday, Thursday.
I'm glad we're back doing Premiere. I really am. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
The countdown's begun, as we can hear it here. So we will indeed have Heavy Rain as our third map, as you mentioned before. And this is the final game. This is for all the marbles between Mr. BabyKnight and Lilbow. Lilbow coming through with the upsets. BabyKnight in a position that some may have expected him to be in, but not quite against the opponent we expected. Yeah. As we now finish this up. Who is going to advance onto the round of 16? We are going to find out as we get right on into it. Spawning up to the north as our red Protoss. Representing Millennium, it's BabyKnight. And down to the south, blue Protoss. It's XMG Lilbow.
Is Stefano reborn as a Protoss player in Lilbow?
There's no swarm host on Protoss, so I think he'll be in good stead.
Okay, so this is quite a decent blink map.
Yeah.
Robotics facilities out of trend when you look at all the tech structures here. So we're really looking at DTs, looking at blink, and looking at Stargate play, and of course some random fast expansions thrown in here. Fast expansion's not as good on this map, clearly, because it is a map where you can jump into the main base with these stalkers. Fast expands can sometimes, struggle against Stargate openers, especially when it can be an Oracle at first. And Phoenix is played in a different manner to what we saw from BabyKnight. So we'll see what both players are going to choose. And it is going to come down to decisions here, because sometimes in PvP, as brutal as this sounds, just a decision can win you a game based on how you want to play this out.
And that's exactly why BabyKnight's scouting out his main on either side.
I shall not lose.
You are not.
And it's a massive inside, and massive inside of his base. He does not want to lose to in-base proxy here.
Yeah.
But that tells us as well that scouting like that means that he may be looking to go straight one gate tech. No second gateway, no zealot. Because he's like, all right, I best make sure I don't just die if I'm going to play like this. We'll see where he goes.
Yeah, just placing 2 in gas here for initially. And once again, backing up these pylons very, very avidly as BabyKnight, just to make sure that nothing can be underpowered at any given time, as is Lilbow as well. So I do like that from these guys. You can never be too careful when it comes to your opponent's aggression in PvP and making sure that you do have backup strategies to make sure you don't lose any production, because that's bad.
Okay,
that's bad.
So they've just now changed away from each other. It's been pretty standard, pretty similar, but Lilbow's mining 3 and 3 pretty fast. Which means he's going to tech up here, straight off the one gateway, compared to his previous other games where he's gone for double gateway. Whereas BabyKnight only just got into 2 and 2 gas. So let's have a look how this is going to shape up. Which way is he going to tech?
I think Twilight Council.
Yeah?
I think it's
He's got a Sentry, though. He spent his gas on a Sentry.
Yeah.
Chrono boosted out.
Could quite happily be Stargate.
With a Sentry here, the first thing that always pops to mind is like one gate expansion to be able to get the hallucinated Phoenix out to be able to see what's going on. But it also could be tech here. But BabyKnight, I'm not sure. Yeah, he spots the Sentry. He comes back, he's like, Sentry? Oh, okay. And this is either going to be the expansion-based focus or a reactionary Twilight Council, as we see. So reactionary Twilight Council means depending on what he scouts, depends on how he can play his Twilight Council. Because the Twilight Council will roughly finish close to when the hallucinated Phoenix enters the base. And then based on what he sees, if he sees the Twilight Council of BabyKnight, he could go DTs here and try for an insta-win.
Yeah. It's funny how PvP works out in the openers. It's like, both players, they've got a pack of cards. The pack of cards are exactly the same. It's like,
yeah.
What am I actually going to bring to this? And in the end, Lilbow doesn't spot this
both probes on the same side.
Oh, they neither
miss
of them
each other. And with a pylon up there, I think we may be seeing Well, I was going to say DTs, but I guess not. He's going to have to send out Hallucinated Phoenix straight away here, but BabyKnight's going Blink. It's a great Blink map.
It's too tempting. It's too tempting on this map, man.
Yeah, I thought the Hallucinated Phoenix timed up better with Blink, but I guess not. He's going to send that across now, though.
All right, Blink versus Blink is just actually crazy. We thought we saw good micro in the previous game, but now it's up to...
Well, you usually get the defender's advantage, which helps out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then it usually falls into expansion play.
Unfortunately, Overcharge always helps out quite a lot. Also, you can use Time Warp, but in the end, it's only in case you actually get an advantage in the Blink versus Blink, and then you want to like stop your opponent from retreating out once they've like blunk in for some weird reason.
Well, the Phoenix sees no expansion, 3-gate and Robo. Twilight, he sees, okay, cool, same as me. And he throws down a 4th. Oh, no, that's a 3rd gateway, excuse me. I thought it was a 4th. I'm like, wait a minute. So I imagine the Lilbow will probably just expand from this point. Like, not super fast here, but that will be in his mind because he will have defender's advantage here. He's just adding on the 3rd gateway to make sure he obviously can equal his opponent's count, who's up to 3 gateways. But we'll see. This is BabyKnight's going to move forward. It's 6 Stalkers to 4. We see an Immortal being made here. Photon Overcharge available, and of course there is a Force Field if need be.
Breaking this is too hard though for BabyKnight. This has to be some kind of containment tactic. There's nothing else I really think he can get done.
But Lilbow does not want to be contained.
Yeah, that's true.
And to get his expansion delayed. But he has Blink of his own, so it shouldn't really be the case. Ooh.
We'll be able to Blink out of there.
Oh, Blink wasn't ready.
A Stalker.
Yeah, Blink wasn't ready.
Did both lose a Stalker? Wow, no. That was really, really well done there by BabyKnight to get that 1 Stalker.
Yep.
Very well done.
So, first Immortal's done.
And he can just expand behind this if he wants to. I think in the end, though, now, it's going to be a little bit harder for Lilbow. He's going to move down with this Immortal and be fine. Thankfully for him, Mothership Core provides him that excellent vision down the ramp to be able to spot exactly what's going on and push this away. It does throw down the Time Warp, but in the end, it doesn't really do too much. I mean, the blinks, they can just blink straight on out, and that's what I was talking about before.
So this is the point where you say, okay, let's expo.
Let's expo.
Usually. But I'm looking... Another Immortal being made first.
Well, this is the thing, is that what you could see here is that he could just make more Immortals, add on 2 Sentries and Force Fields near the Nexus and try and kill it off against his opponent. But you've got to be careful against an opponent with Blink, because it's not as amazing. But, of course, you do have the power in the Immortals. He's actually going to go. I can't believe this.
Okay.
Like...
This is interesting because he's going to get counterattacked, and obviously the Mothership Core and defensive units can be warped in it for BabyKnight. So this is a little bit crazy.
It was a blind risk.
And now the Immortal gets cancelled at home for Lilbow, and he's going to lose a lot of infrastructure. He's recalling. Oh, that sucks.
It was a blind risk anticipating his opponent was expanding and had left everything, but he hadn't. And BabyKnight just comes straight on back and says, well, okay, if you're going to do that, I'm just going to go. And he can just walk down the ramp and get out. And he gets the Mothership Core.
Gets the Mothership Core, going to pick off the Robo. And then we'll be happy, I think.
Resources lost is really, really bad here for Lilbow now. He even actually goes into the Immortal. You don't stick around for too long, BabyKnight. All right, he did a lot there. He did a lot, but he lost a few units at the end, a little bit less cost-effectively as before.
Yeah, and that was an interesting movement out. Dark Shrine has been built
Desperation.
from Lilbow. He has a pylon around. There is not an observer at home. There is only one with the army.
Well,
this becomes interesting.
I think it's now time to go for, well, I was going to say a counter Zealot warp in, maybe 1 or 2 to try and bring his opponent back, but even that's probably not going to work out too well here.
The pylon is so out in the open there, but Dark Shrine's so far away. And it looks like that BabyKnight may go back with his observer. I don't know. He's building another Immortal.
I mean, all BabyKnight has to do, right, is just make Immortals and then hold this expansion. And then he's flying. He's plain sailing.
Yeah, sure, but it's the DTs that could do quite a lot of damage with that forward pylon.
Where is his observer? Is it
it's
still
with his army. It's only with his army. Oh, it's on the right-hand side now.
Oh, it's going to go
in
and
actually
check
got
the
to look
expansion.
to scout. So I think that we should see another observer being built, usually with this, after the second, especially when you're on scouting and he sees no expansion. Sees a pylon too. I wonder if he's feeling pressured to build another Immortal, though.
I think he may do. That might catch him off guard here.
These DTs could do the work. If they're not even looking to do economic damage here. They're just fighting units almost, per se.
Well, Observer needs to happen. Really does. He doesn't have the gas for it. He's actually a little bit gassed off there.
Well, he doesn't know about it, and he's not...
Uh-oh. Well, this could actually turn around pretty heavily here. He actually moves in with the Dark Templar to the
and he warps in a
line.
sentry into his army.
Uh-oh. Okay, so we can all hear that noise. Hearing that noise without an observer anywhere near is one of the most horrible things to hear ever.
There's still photon overcharge, right?
Yeah,
Yes. And there's still 2 immortals, not that much.
But he got so many kills. He got 11. He did all right.
Yeah, the income. Look at the income difference.
But he still has to do damage because there's double Nexus.
He can keep building more Stalkers, though. I mean, the income should be a little bit in favor. It's only an extra Stalker every minute or so, so it's not that big.
And it's the fact that BabyKnight, he has 2 immortals as opposed to just 1. This one
Here
Archon.
we go, Kalaris. This is it.
Yeah.
He's 1 base versus 2. The photon overcharge is there. He's going to go for this. Archon left behind.
These Zealots get right on top of that immortal very quickly, actually, and they're going to bring that down almost quickly. By Micro's back. Perfect movement there by BabyKnight to save that immortal. It's important that he does that. Any little bit of firepower advantage you can get is so important here.
Well, you're going to have to go again.
He does.
He has to go again.
Yeah. And he needs to bring his Zealots to the front, does Lilbow. Absolutely. There we go. He's just repositioning himself slightly. But that one immortal as well. This immortal has recharged its shields. That's important. And he's got a 3rd immortal. Because, this is what I was going to say before. You know, he has that reinforcement advantage. This 3rd immortal, I don't see how Lilbow can actually ever break this now.
All right, well, he's going to try. This is his last effort to make it into the round of 16. Otherwise, BabyKnight will be able to repeat former success.
Well, he's going to try and go for it as best he can. A few Zealots caught in the middle of all of this army during it. And why did my PC just crash?
Kalaris.
I don't know what happened, man. I don't know what happened.
All right, I think you're gone out of this game.
I think I might be.
And it looks like I'm going to do the observing.
Oh, I'm so sorry, BabyKnight. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. All right, well, I have no clue why that just crashed.
Okay. I can hear the zapping.
Yeah.
Well, we got to wait for your countdown, Kalaris. 30 seconds. As Take says perfect timing.
Hey, it's not my fault, man. Oh, there's going to be more hashtag behaves. Damn it.
Make it worse than that. Oh, dear. This is funny. Sorry. It's funny.
I don't even know how this happened. Like, it's a curse.
All right. Get ready to come to my PC, boys.
Oh, we're already there, man. We're
Time
already
for
there.
me.
Quick, press
do
Control N.
this.
Control N.
I'm going to drop you. Sorry, mate.
Sorry, that's fine. All right. Well, engagement does start occurring here.
Oh, God, yeah, the engagement goes on. I think we all know which way is this going to go. I don't even have sounds turned on, apparently, on my PC. I don't know. But it looks like this Kalaris is going in favor of the Knight.
It was always going to go in the favor of BabyKnight anyway at that point. I'm sorry, guys, but he had too much firepower. 3 immortals compared to all of that. And there you go. Congratulations. He advances on.
I didn't mean to do that.
What did you do?
I pressed the Windows key right at the end. Sickest end of day 3 in the Premier League.
What a day.
In.
What a day.
We had a couple of hiccups, then we had another hiccup, and then this.
It's not even, it's still just broken.
Woohoo! We're great.
GG. Congratulations, BabyKnight, advancing on into the round of 16. That was always going to be hard for Lilbow. He didn't quite have the army required to be able to break that position, and BabyKnight had fortified himself. Lovely, lovely, lovely stuff.
Yeah, and we will be going into a Skype interview with BabyKnight in a couple of moments' time as well. So be interesting to hear a couple of words from the Dane.
Yes, it shall. All right, guys, so we're going to go to a quick break, and then when we're back, we'll have an interview with our second round of 16 finisher. It is BabyKnight. All right, welcome back, guys, to the World Championship Series Europe Premier League. As we now have on the line with us the second place finisher in Group C, it is BabyKnight. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Thank you.
Sorry about that before. I didn't expect that to happen.
How on a scale from 0 to Idra, what would you have been if you'd lost that fight? You can answer honestly.
Maybe an 8.
An 8?
An 8? Whoa, that's pretty mad. I normally don't see BabyKnight mad.
That's pretty high for me.
That's high for him.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've never seen him mad. That's pretty mad.
Well, congratulations on your 3rd time into the top 16 here in the Premier League. And did you, coming into today's group, did you, I know usually I always ask this you in different tournaments and you always say the same thing, so I'm expecting it again. I'm supposing you're expecting to advance from today's group. Looking at it, or were you kind of like?
I mean, you have to be confident as a player.
Yeah.
Like objectively, I think it was very, very close between the three of for GG, Vortex, and me. And I know Lilbow is very, very good. So I knew everything could happen, or anything could happen, rather.
Were you surprised by 4GG in last place then?
Yeah, I am. I'm very surprised. He does struggle with Protoss sometimes, but I think it's more of a mental thing than anything. Like, he is pretty strong against Protoss on ladder, mostly. So it was a bit weird to see him in last place, to be honest. But Lilbow played very, very well against him.
Were you expecting Lilbow to end up in that position? Because obviously, I mean, 4GG's he's pretty good, but Lilbow really kind of shone through today.
Yeah, no, I thought Lilbow would be 4th. I mean, before today.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were to be. I think it was always, well, from what I was reading and just people's, expectations, it was like 4GG was challenging for first, and it was going to be quite close between Vortex and BabyKnight was the general consensus. But anyway, you've edged through. Sorry. Are you going to say something?
I was just going to say, I knew Vortex was very, very strong recently, though. Like, as he said, it's his best form that he's been in a long time. So I was a bit worried. And my PVC is, not that great compared to my other matchups, at least.
Can you talk us Sorry, go on.
I rarely lose. I really rarely lose against Protoss and Terran in tournaments. It's almost always Zerg.
Can you talk us through that first game against Vortex? Because he was using the burrowed roaches and then all of his transitions lined up nicely.
Also, what was your thought process? Because at the start of the game, it was on heavy rain. You went for the 4 gateway. And you had a really nice pylon placement and probe out in the middle, and it wasn't scouted. But then you saw no 3rd. What was the first thing you were thinking of then? Because it was for us, it was like, I don't think he really knows exactly what's going on. What was going through your mind at that point?
Well, I've played this barcode on the ladder, this really high barcode, and I kind of knew it was Vortex, but I didn't know for sure. But he played the same kind of way, and it's really nice when he doesn't have a 3rd, and you can just go with 2 Stalkers, kill 2 or 3 Overlords. It's really nice. Yeah. So that's what I did, and I think I was in a really good spot then with the fast 3rd as well. But it's really, really difficult in heavy rain to deal with those double roach, double dual-pronged attacks with roaches and burrow. So he kind of got back in the game a bit, but I forgot thermal lands, I think, in that game. So it was very hard to fight him, his army.
You got more questions on heavy rain?
No, I'm good. I think
nothing on that. Okay. Yeah, I did see that. And once you did stabilize, you were a little bit too far behind from that point. I think you ended up losing up to almost 40 probes. It was like 30, 40
Yeah,
probes.
yeah. I saw after the game. I made 130 probes in total.
Jeez. Well, yeah, you did keep your economy alive quite well during that. All right, so, moving on to the round of 16, we have our standard questions that we've been asking people quite a lot, which is, first one is, if all the groups unfold as they normally would, who's somebody that you really don't want to meet in the round of 16? You can't answer Jack-G.
It's probably going to... no, I've beaten Jack-G I beat him in a qualifier in December 2-0. I think so. As I said, it's mostly Zergs.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the top Zergs.
Nurcho,
Stefano's not there anymore, so that's good.
Vortex, maybe?
Sure.
Well,
yeah, maybe Vortex again. I'd like to touch him.
Yeah, you've played against him a lot.
Like Snoot.
You've played against him a lot, Vortex. Yeah. Well, did that impact coming into the series today for you? Playing against him so many times in WCS and not having the best of winning record as well.
Now. Well, I did beat him season 1 last time, but yeah, he did beat me like 2 series after that, I think, in 2013. So, but he played very differently today than he usually does. So there wasn't a lot of mind games. I think it was very fresh. I felt like the games.
All right. Well, we have the flip side of that question that we just asked before, which is there anybody in particular in the round of 16 that you would like to meet?
It's like the reverse of the question.
Well,
You like Terran and Protoss players. I'm like, wow. Is there anyone
maybe-
that you
maybe
kind
Terran.
of that not so much that you think that they're easy, but that you have a good time against, or that
Yeah.
you don't really struggle against? Like if you were to pick out a
It's
couple
tough.
players in your group, is there anyone that you don't really lose too often in Terran or Protoss? Maybe that helps.
Maybe
more.
Cass, actually. I mean, that might sound a bit mean, but I rarely lose to Cass.
I think it's an all right choice. In terms of, we actually haven't seen Cass that much in the last year of Premier, really. I mean, he didn't do all that well. So I think it's an all right choice.
Yeah, he lost both times in the round of 32.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not bad, but I think he's better against Zerg.
Yeah, he's very good there. What are your overall goals for this year, BabyKnight? Obviously, you know, StarCraft 2 is getting more and more harder when it comes to big international tournaments. What are your plans for this year? Are you looking to travel more? Are you looking to, you know, stay and focus a lot on WCS? What are you looking to do this year with Millennium?
Well, I love WCS, just everything about it pretty much. So I'm just going to focus mostly on that. But then obviously I'm going to want to travel to events like Homestory and that kind of thing, just like last year. That's always fun. And yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, I'll try to do better than last year. Just a little bit of a step up in every tournament, maybe, if I can. And I think I can.
Do you like progressively look at like that? Do you look at 2013 and your results overall and be like, let's do better this year? Do you approach it like that?
Well,
Or
I
do you just,
remember
kind of all mold
even
together?
I remember last year when I lost to Stefan in round of 8, like 3-0. I really felt bad, and I felt like I should come back stronger. But then the next 2 seasons I actually did worse. So I don't know. I think I did all right, but I definitely want to do better. I mean, I think I should. As a player, I think you should always try to try and win tournaments. To be honest,
What's
That's my
keeping you
mindset.
away from these big high results? Because your highest results in a decently sized and prestigious tournament is the 5th to 6th that you got in WCS 2012 in the original Europe one. What's keeping you away from like a top 4 finish? Do you think as a player?
It might have something to do with my endurance in tournaments, but not as much in WCS because you usually just play like one group or something like that. So in WCS, I'm not sure actually. I've just run into some really strong opponents and they got the better of me.
But you've shown in multiple
in,
tournaments as well, you can beat some of the best on a good day, right?
Homestory Cup, for example.
Yeah. That's the thing. I'm usually quite consistent in getting like decent finishes, but I never quite like get to the final or something like that. So I'm gonna try and see if I can make that happen.
All right. Well, any last questions, Sean?
No, man.
No, done.
Are you going to give me a high five when I see you in the round?
Sure,
16?
man. I'm looking forward to
Sick.
seeing you guys.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing
Fantastic.
you too, man.
You too, man. All right. Any last shout-outs before we let you go, BabyKnight?
Shout out to Millennium mostly. That's about it, I think.
Okay.
And
Well,
all the fans cheering me on.
awesome stuff.
Are you going to start streaming more? I know you do stream a lot, man.
Yeah.
Now that
Yeah, I
this
used to
is
stream
over.
a lot. And then I took a bit of a break in December, and now I was getting ready for these matches. But I will be streaming a lot more after today. So.
And
maybe
what's
tomorrow.
your Twitch when you stream? Is it Twitch TV /
BabyKnight?
Is just BabyKnight? I can
Yep.
look it up.
Just a normal BabyKnight.
Just BabyKnight. Yeah, it is just BabyKnight.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much, BabyKnight, and congratulations for moving on to the round of 16. We'll see you in a bit.
Thank you. See you.
Cheerio.
Bye. Okay, that was BabyKnight.
Yeah. I felt like there was like delay, you know? You ask a
Yeah,
question, and
yeah.
then either he's so tired after that long day, or it's a bit of delay, because it was like a question that was like,
Oh, well. Not a problem. Not a problem. Here at the WCS Europe, we've had a fun day. It's been a crazy day, as we have now Vortex and BabyKnight advancing on into the round of 16. 4GG is out. and Lilbow was able to perform extremely well during the entirety of the group.
Yeah, that's right. So we have another 2 players to join the 4 that are already through to the round of 16, and that means we'll be back on Tuesday with our next group that's going to be in the World Championship Series, consisting of Targa, San, Daishi, and Mini Razor. On Tuesday, same place, same time.
Same place, same time. That's right. All right, guys, that does it for us for today and for this week for the World Championship Series here in Europe. We shall see you next week. Bye now.